Well, I mean, first of all, kink is one of my favorite things to talk about, as we may have gathered from the kink episodes. But I also think it's something that, like, is more normal than people realize it is, but it's something that should be more mainstream, in the sense that when you do kink the right way, it doesn't have to be sex related. It can just be an intimate exchange with someone where sex is not involved, but you still get pleasure from the exchange.
It sounds like attention is a big part of this. Like the fact that somebody is paying close attention to you and you know, like giving care, essentially, you know, caring about you, and you know, that human interaction is, it seems like that's really what's being heightened and focused on.
To paraphrase what you just said, John, when's the last time that someone has spent that much time on you and focused on you and listened to you and played with you and respected you for 4 hours straight?
Probably when you were a kid, you know, and it was probably your grandparents, because your parents were too busy.
Like, that kind of like care, when you're in someone's care, because that's what a session can be.
We all crave that, and the modern world doesn't give you enough opportunity to experience that.
Yeah, I mean, like, as well, if your thing is physical touch, if that's your like stimulus, if that's your way of expressing love and affection, if you're starved of that, then how are you gonna enjoy just regular vanilla sex? Because you just don't, you're not practicing, you're not exploring, you're not. And, you know, so for some it can be quite therapeutic, that kind of, you know, I've had people say, I've got a really busy, it's so cliche, I've got a really busy day job, it's stressful, but when I'm in this session, this is the moment that I can fully just let go and not care about anything. I'm not responsible for anything, I don't feel pressured, I'm just letting you do everything. And that, if you're not someone who's good at managing, God, that sounds like I'm at work. If you're not good at managing, if you're not good at multitasking, if you're not good at, you know, like orchestrating this session, it's probably not for you. Like, you know, a good part of being a dom is being organized and being. It sounds like I'm like at work or like some HR person, but you have to have the right. Again, that's what I think. The other thing is, like, you have to have the right skills for the role that you play within kink. Like, there's no point doing something that is maybe not aligned with how you are in your neutral state, or you don't want to put on an act. You know, I see a lot of people who put on the act, and I'm like, that's not what this is about. This is beyond just putting on something and making good for an Instagram pic. It's more, I think that kind of picture of using someone it's very scene specific, because you know, some people love to be objectified and humiliated and degraded, and that is so scene specific. But outside of that, you know, people don't want to be treated like that. You know, they're human, and I think you need to understand that we're all human. And while that is a need sexually, and it's all about release as well. I think we talked about release in aftercare, like release through endorphins rushing through, and, like, you know, emotions heightening, and, you know, some people physically just need to cry to let it out. So this kind of almost therapeutic, like, release, you know, I think we always see it as like, we only cut to that scene. You know, we only cut to that part of the movie, whereas in fact there's so much more, and there's so much stuff that just, the good stuff that no one really sees. I think it's no, like, John, you need to get cuddled, and you need to be like held and touched and put through this roller coaster of like highs and lows. And I think that is, I love that. When you have that as well, it's really nice to find someone who clicks with your physiology, your body, and your way and it's not just physical, it's mental. There's so much other stuff that layers on.
I love the way that you've described this from start to finish, and especially the contrast that you've drawn from, you know, how you were unsatisfied with the hookup culture and you were seeking something more, And this exploration into kink and rigging and shibari is from what it sounds like, it's been all about developing languages of love that can be more elaborate, that can be more extended, that can be deeper, that you can be able to have a connection with someone that goes so far beyond just having sex or just hooking up or just dating even. And that's really wonderful. It's a language of love is what it sounds like. And that's a really beautiful thing.
Thanks for checking out this clip from our show.
To watch more clips or full episodes, click on our profile below.
If you want to stay up to date on all of our new episodes and videos, click subscribe.
And if you have any ideas for future guests or topics that you would like to see us cover on the show,
leave us a message in the comments or connect with us on any of our social media channels at Funtime Program
or on our website at funtimeprogram.com.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.